way we're thinking about the meaning of the world obviously comes down to language. Isn't that crazy?
Language. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
That's why your name being
Hardland. I like it. How do I legally change my name to Hardland? And this isn't air quotes. I was raised by shrimp. I was raised by a family of shrimp.
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
Are we recording?
No, but I'm going. You ready?
Because I'm about to say some racist stuff.
Oh wait, let me hit record. Okay. What did you want to say?
Is it Harland or Hardland?
Ooh, it's Harland, Harland, but Hardland is kind of cool.
I knew it was Harland.
Oh, you did?
You
were testing me.
I wasn't a test. It was just kind of a silly. But it also it gave me a glimpse into
makes my arms flap. Making a silly.
Just wanted to open with a silly.
Flap.
Well, last night I was at a party and Rudolph the
God.
Red-Nosed Reindeer comes on and I'll go, is it Rudolph or Roomdolph? And I think that's so funny. And nobody really, it's kind of just for me.
It's like,
I know it's Rudolph, but I go, is it Room? Because to me, the joke is imagine a guy who's 45 years old, grew up in America, thinking it's Roomdolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Roomed off. And that sounds like a sex act in West Hollywood.
You ever do a Roomdolph?
Oh, only in West Hollywood. Wow.
Is West Hollywood considered to be a homosexual area?
Just kinky.
just kind of kinky?
It is also, it's also homosexual, but very
Straights
kinky.
welcome?
Like a straight could go through gay West Hollywood and do a roomed off and not be considered gay.
I just want to know where I can get my Roomdolph on.
Yeah. West Hollywood's your best bet.
This jacket feels like, because this is a very neutral khaki.
Oh, what about a jacket off?
Secret. Remember that old joke?
Well, how about jacket off in a roomed off?
You ever jack off during a Roomd off?
No, I'm talking about a jacket. Not the dirty thing.
You said jack off.
I said jacket off.
Remember that old joke?
Because you said you wanted to take your jacket off.
I want to take my jack off.
Wait.
Do you call it a jacket or a jack?
A jacket.
It's a jack. I want to take my jack off.
Oh, you call it a jack?
Yeah. And I call my T-shirt a ding dong.
Wow.
Yeah.
I call my face a phallus.
I call my butt my man puss. No, you can't say that.
Was that another silly? Did you just do another silly?
Can you see? I guess you could say it's my man puss.
You know what I always thought? Are you mooing?
No, I'm just
suddenly
I'm pre-appreciating.
No. See, now I feel like I'm in a veal barn, and you're veal.
Oh no!
You're just like
too real. I'm sorry, was that too real?
Wow.
Veal or no veal? One of the cases has a very small cow in
A
it.
baby cow.
That's veal.
And then the model hits it in the head with a mallet.
And then everyone eats.
Veal
and
or
Howie's
no
like, yikes. And I don't like germs on people, he says to the camera. Then they rub the veal on him, and he's like, it's in my contract. I have to allow it.
I had no idea you hated baby cows this much. Why do you hate them? What did they do to you?
Well, the baby cows are the more wicked of the bunch, I think.
Yeah.
A regular cow's
They
pretty
are.
chill, but the baby cows are like, they're always tipping each other over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how pretentious are you when you're named after the lower part of a human leg?
Veal?
Calf. Like,
I thought there was a part of us called a veal, and I was like, huh?
well, why don't we? If they're going to take our name
Harland.
and have our lower leg, I'm going to call them kidney.
Nice.
Little calves.
Hardland.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, Rumoff.
Why?
That's a good German name for you.
Rumoff!
Mr. Rumoff.
Mr. Rumoff, come inside my scepter.
Okay, why what?
Why are there words that mean other words? That word should be done.
Calf?
Calf is a baby cow and the kind of boob of the lower leg.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Like, from now on, I'm not going to say, if someone kicks me there, I'm not going to say, ow, you kicked me in the calf. I'm going to, you animal hater, you kicked me in a little baby cow.
Even better.
Prick.
Prick. Prick also means ding dong, but also a little poke with a needle.
Yeah.
And also, I used to have a bit about this where I go,
it also means David Beckham, too, by the way.
Prick.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good job finding someone we could all... I don't know enough about Beckham.
You know why I picked him?
Because?
He's a soccer player. And you
no
think
one
he
cares.
hasn't kicked somebody in the baby cow? It's all a big circle, my guy.
If there's any sport where calves are being kicked more than soccer, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't think there is.
There isn't.
How many times has David Beckham kicked someone right in the baby cow?
Bend it. Bend it.
Bend it.
Like Beckham. Remember that?
Yeah, that movie. Because when he kicked his soccer
bend.
ball, it would bend. It would. Well, did it bend or did it arc? See, here we are with another word.
Well, if his name was Arkham, they'd say arc it like Arkham. But it was Beckham. I think about this all the time. Like when I was in church, we
But
would
Beckham isn't bend.
But it's B.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
bend
could
it
have
like
been-
Beckham. This is an interesting topic.
It's
if his
very
name was
yeah.
Curlton,
Yeah.
it would have been curl it like Curlton.
Curl it like Curlton.
Language dictates how we. So God being above, we have this idea of God being above.
Right.
So all these church songs I would sing about God's love because
yeah.
it rhymed.
Yeah.
God, you're above. God, you have such much love.
Yeah.
But if the word for the sky or above was a race, would sing more about God's grace. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So now the way we're thinking about the meaning of the world obviously comes down to language. Isn't that crazy?
Language. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
That's why your name being
Hardland. I like it. Can I? How do I legally change my name to Hardland? And this isn't air quotes. I was raised by shrimp. I was raised by a family of shrimp.
I've known that about you.
Yeah.
Shrimp means small and also a little bug in the sea.
But what about, have you ever ordered a jumbo shrimp?
Paradox.
How does that work?
How does that work?
Paradox, also a sex act in West Hollywood. And the jumbo shrimp, too.
I'm not that horny. I don't want a paradox. I'll just have one dox.
What about take your jacket off?
Take off your pants and jacket. That was the old prank.
Oh.
Remember in junior high, they'd say, when you take a shower, do you take off your pants and jacket? And you'd go, yes. And then go, prank.
Whoa.
Prank.
Prank.
You got pranked. Because guess what?
Yeah.
Now you're jacking it.
Wow.
You thought you were just taking off your jacket. You're not a fool because you don't have a wet jacket, but really you're playing with your ding dong, brother.
Whoa.
That was like Steve Brule. But really, you're playing with your ding dong, brother. Check it out.
Steve who?
You don't know Steve Brule?
Brule?
You don't smoke weed?
No.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to smoke weed to know
Who's Steve
Brule is on Tim and Eric. It's played by John C. Reilly.
Oh.
Check it out.
Oh, he plays the nutty professor guy. Okay, yeah.
For your health.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Yeah. We were verging into that area.
Yeah, but here's a word, going back to Rudolph.
Roomed off.
You thought it was roomed off. So my whole life thought
I didn't really.
that, oh, you didn't?
It was just a gag.
Well, this is real. My stories are real,
Yeah.
gang.
People
Folks,
come to you for the veal.
folks, my stories are real,
Yeah,
unlike someone I know.
Somebody's out
On
here
the-
jesting.
Yeah. I thought, and I'm just going to say it because this is what release Mary Dot.
Instead of Feliz Navidad?
Right. I thought there was someone named Mary Dot.
Release Mary
and
Dot.
Release Mary Dot. Because I didn't know it was even Spanish.
Feliz Navidad.
Right.
Oh!
So I
thought
thought it was a girl.
Free Tibet, release Mary Dot.
Yeah.
These are the issues.
I thought she was a Christmas captive. Release Mary Dot.
No espero año. That must have been something about Mary Dot.
You speak Spanish, or
un
did you sing it?
poquito.
Do you sing Spanish? Or-
Solamente puedo cantar español.
Also a sex act in West Hollywood.
It's true. You got to cantar up the
Wow. Dude, you have quite the library.
Somebody did that the first time.
Right?
Somebody was like, did that, and somebody was like, let's just say, put it in my,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, why do I know you mean your butt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why do I know you mean your butt?
Oh,
Wow.
why? But we do.
What if the first guy that did it, though? Okay, what if there was two people involved? One guy, the first guy who did it was a guy,
Yeah.
but he had a very compassionate friend.
Who kept it going?
No, he was compassionate because the first guy had a cleft lip. And so the first guy was like, hey, why don't you put it in the...
And then the second guy had a compassion for this man's inability to whistle.
He
was
went...
like, I also
That's what
say
friends do, they help.
that's what friends are do.
Let's reenact that historical moment. Hey, why don't you put it in the...
I think what he's trying to say is somebody put it in his.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
You're
Now,
such a friend. Can I take you for a Dairy Queen Blizzard, friend?
A Dairy Queen Blizzard? Yeah. Wow. You're into it. He loved that. And with a cleft lip, right? Is that what we're saying? Yeah. Had no problem saying Dairy Queen Blizzard, which is kind of hard to say even without one.
So
oh boy,
he can do a little whistle.
You can't whistle,
say
but Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Probably 3 times he could say it too, really fast.
When you wake up from a coma and they ask you like, what day is it? What year is it? Who's the president?
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Oh my God.
First time I woke up.
You do have the vibe of a guy in a medical gown with nothing in the back.
And I do look like a guy who's been in a coma.
You have coma vibe.
You know what I did? It wasn't really a coma, but I always loved. You were here last time when we talked about cocoons. And I love to get a Walmart sleeping bag and zip it all the way up.
And cocoon
and
it.
Dutch oven myself.
Well.
And I was in there for about 4 weeks before they found me last time. So sort of a coma, Dutch oven coma.
Yeah, Dutch oven, a Dutch coma.
Yeah, Dutch coma.
That's what keeps you young.
It is?
Is Dutch ovening yourself in a Walmart sleeping bag.
Yeah, because Jackson, remember Jacko used to go in that hyperbolic chamber or whatever it was.
Of course.
Was it a hyperbolic chamber?
You know it was.
What is hyperbolic?
What, are you trying to be relatable? You have one. I know you have one.
But is it hyperbolic or hyperbolic's a term? It's a word.
I think hyperbolic
That's
means
hyperbolic.
using hyperbole.
Right.
It's not a hyperbolic. It is a hyperbolic chamber. That means it's not really a chamber. I'm being hyperbolic. It's more like it's a wrist apparatus.
Was it hyperbolic? Or was it? It wasn't hydraulic. Hyper. Yeah. Was it even hyper? Why would you be laying a chamber? Turbo.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Champion Edition.
Oh, bless you, Angel.
Do you know it?
Dude, I don't play. I don't play. You want to hear my story with video games?
Well, yeah.
Hey, everybody, let's take a second to talk about the holidays. And I got to include HelloTushy.com. Have any of you got a bidet? Hello, it's bidet time, everybody. HelloTushy.com has it all set up for holiday gift giving 101. Why drop all these Benjamins on other gifts that people only use once or twice? Why not get a gift that people use every day? You use, your guests use, the family uses every day. It rhymes. Bidet. Every day, bidet. HelloTushy.com has what you need. And this, you're going to see these things. They sent me one, and I feel like home improvement guy. You have to install it yourself. It takes like 10 minutes. And your toilet goes from looking like an old toilet to like Captain Kirk's captain's chair. It just gives it a whole new look with control panels and knobs and squirters, and it's a bidet. Come on now. So you got to get one of these. It's so easy to install. It's actually fun. You feel accomplished. Your bathroom looks like it got a whole upgrade. It looks all fancy and cool. And holy smokes, this thing keeps you cleaner than I don't even want to say it, but you know what I mean. So if you've been waiting to upgrade your bathroom or grab the perfect gift for somebody this Christmas, this holiday season, get them something they never saw coming, a bidet. They're going to love it. They're going to thank you because it's a gift they're going to use every day. Every time they sit down to do their business, they're going to think of you. Now, isn't that an honor? So let's go. Let's get to HelloTushy.com, and every bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. So give the gift of practical luxury that benefits everyone in your household. Go to HelloTushy.com/Harland and grab your deal before it's gone. And don't forget to give us a shout out while you're there and let them know that we're the ones that sent you. Go to HelloTushy.com/Harland for the best gift this holiday season. Hey, have a good day. Bidet. Hey guys, I want to talk about a product called Hims. Oh yeah, sometimes when you get going with your partner, things can come up very spontaneously, and you want to be ready. You want to be ready for action, if you know what I mean. You want to be ready. You know what I'm talking about? And so let's go with Hims. This thing provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you can be ready whenever that mood strikes. Your sex life is important, but your schedule is really busy. Sometimes you don't have the time to go to a doctor's office and get treated for ED. So through Hims, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping outside of your door. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for that uncomfortable, sanitized, stinky doctor's office. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you in a discreet packaging, and it's free. The packaging, the shipping is free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. So start your free online visit today at hims.com/Harland. That's HIMS.com/Harland for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Harland. So good luck, have fun, get your Hims, and get going. Happy hemming. No hemming and hawing, just hemming. I did a movie years ago called...
Say it into the camera.
It was called
Rocket Man?
Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Rocket Mans?
No, Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Rock? You only do movies with raw sounds in
With
them?
Raw, yeah. Yeah.
The Egyptian sun god?
I did Eddie Murphy's first special, Raw. That was me.
You're very fast. You're very fun.
But they gave me because the movie was an animated CGI movie, they gave me an Xbox, and I did the voice for one of the characters in the video game.
Oh.
So they gave me a free Xbox.
Yeah.
I'd never played. I came home, plugged it in. This was not the same day, but, a few weeks later.
Yes.
Plugged it in. It was probably like 2 p.m.
Yes.
I start playing. I'm playing this thing. I finally look up. It's dark out, and I'm thinking, it's probably it was winter, so I thought, it's 6:30, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I look at my clock, 2 a.m.
Wow.
I took the thing out the next day, brand new Xbox, opened the garbage can, dropped it in.
Dump.
I thought, this thing will eat up years of my life.
Yeah.
Do you play?
Hard cut to a Make-A-Wish kid that just wanted an Xbox.
Shoot.
Just a hard, tight close-up of him not knowing why he's upset, but the crunch of the Xbox. We keep that audio. So we're going to use the audio from you doing it over the child just being like...
No, can I even offer something more realistic?
Yeah.
The crunch of the Xbox in the compactor juxtaposed against the smooth, silent of the razor blade opening his wrists.
Because he killed himself because he didn't get an Xbox.
Didn't get my Xbox.
I was a fool to enter into a gunfight.
No,
Chuck Norris.
I'm just saying.
You yes-anded the hell out of that premise.
Well, I figure if I'm going to get the guilt trip,
why not have this?
Why not have have a child with his arm hanging over a bathtub, blood draining out on the tile floor? Mother comes in, screams, slips on the blood, hits her head on the towel rack.
Yeah.
Now she's dead.
Yeah.
Father comes up.
Yeah.
He found out that his wife was pregnant that morning. Now 2 of his kids are dead. He takes a gun, shoots his head.
Oh, God! You have made a powerful enemy today, my friend. I don't know what I can say. Don't shit a shitter. And don't try to gross out Harland.
Don't shit a shitter at
Don't
the
shit a
Willie
shitter,
Nelson
Harland.
outhouse.
With the triple death murder Make-A-Wish Xbox blood. I also thought he was draining into the bathtub like a courteous.
Well, one
out.
wrist is in because you want the theatrical effect of the blood red water when the family comes in.
You sound like a set designer on a horror
You got to be
movie.
dramatic.
Yeah.
If you're going to die, go out with a little panache.
Some schwa de vie.
Some Dairy Queen Blizzard, if you wilt.
Some cleft.
Lip.
Hard. Oh.
Thank you, friend.
Why are you so into me sexually when you say it?
It's not
Let's
sexual.
do it again where you're less into me sexually.
Okay. Thank you, friend.
I didn't mean you had to not be wispy. I just thought this was kind of a wispy guy who was also like pretty up for it.
I was trying to go Michael Clark Duncan 3 Mile because I know that's or Green Mile because that's your favorite movie.
I do like Green Mile.
I said 3 Mile.
3 Mile. You're thinking of 8 Mile.
I was thinking of 3 Mile Island.
Green Mile.
8 Green
is
Mile.
Eminem is in that prison freestyling about John Coffey.
Whoa.
Who's dying for our sins because it's a JC. You ever notice that? Jesus Christ.
Oh. Wait, was he...
It's an allegory.
Wow, I don't bowl.
It's an...
What?
I don't bowl.
You said allegory.
I don't bowl on Halloween.
That's like if you hit a child running across a bowling alley.
It was an allegory.
Smash his brains
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
and it's
And the
allegory.
dad
Can I,
Oh!
when you do this, I got to do this because I sent you a text like about a month ago.
Call her up.
I saw your movie,
Which one?
the serial killer movie.
Got it.
What's it called?
I don't know the name.
Wait, let me look.
I don't know the name of
I
it.
know the name. What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It's
Woman of the Hour.
Woman of the Hour.
Because I really liked your performance in that movie.
This is pure Everclear.
This is for real. I thought it was very nuanced, and I want to preface it with this: we're comedians.
Here we are, the ha-ha ho.
As you can see from the first 10 minutes, we just want to get laughs.
And we're doing it with dead fucking suicide families.
Children, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else but getting laughs.
We're out here getting them.
A kid could slice himself in the bathtub. We'll
Yikes.
find the funny.
We'll find it.
Yeah, and we already did.
We did.
But
You can do it. We
You
can
can-
help.
Yeah.
Home Depot comedy.
Home Depot.
You can do it, but we'll help.
Oh, God.
You don't need us for these riffs.
But what I wanted to say was our inclination as comedians,
Yes.
our instinct, I think I can speak for you, but correct me if I'm wrong, but when we're on the set, when we're acting, it is so strong in me at least to want to go down funny street, like to
Yeah.
get the laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're the same way because you're just naturally funny. But when you step into a serious role,
Yeah.
that's a real discipline for guys like us, for comedic people and comedic actors.
Well,
Was that for you?
I like this question because it implies that I did it.
Yeah,
That I put the silly aside.
you did. That's what I'm applauding you,
you know
for.
when you
It
get
was
on
amazing.
like Pirates, they have a little pouch where you put like your glasses. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
Little pouch where you can put your glasses.
right.
That's where I put my silly. I
Oh,
put it in that little pouch.
when you go on Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, when I was in this movie.
Oh, yeah. To tell us about that
Well,
process.
I will,
I'm
in
sorry.
earnest, answer this question
Please.
because when I went to the premiere,
Yeah.
there's this moment where I'm with Anna Kendrick, who's wonderful and directed and did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I like touch her ear, or I like touch her hair. I'm kind of being a creepy guy. And then she laughs, and it's like this really funny reaction. It's uncomfortable, but she does it in a funny kind of way.
Wait, this is in the movie or at the premiere?
This is in the movie.
That's the scene at the bar, right?
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
sitting at the bar. Yeah.
And then, so there's a laugh. Like I'm saying what happened
Yeah,
at this
at
year.
the premiere,
There's a
okay.
laugh. And then it cuts to me, and everyone stops laughing because I'm making this face that's like deeply hurt. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to make her uncomfortable, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like the movie has a
Yeah.
lot to do with like male fragility, kind
Yeah.
of. And I'm kind of like, so for the first time in my life, it cut back to me, and everyone stopped laughing.
Yeah.
And I felt great.
right.
So it was the opposite of the rest of my career, where I've always wanted to cut to me and everyone laugh. Now they were stopping
Yeah.
laughing, so the opposite. And I felt, it's sort of embarrassing to say this, but that was when I started, or maybe it formed a little bit more what acting is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit this. When I act on most things,
Yeah.
my first goal is to be the most liked and best behaved on set.
Okay.
I want everyone to like me. It's good. It's not, but it's weird that it's my number one priority.
yeah, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
And I'm going to interject here. I think your priority should be to the fucking character.
Of course.
And if that character's a dick, then don't worry about anything.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I hadn't, until this movie, which is a real drama, I hadn't really understood the art of that. Because usually when you hire a comedian,
Yeah.
you're hiring them to be funny. And that was my second priority.
Right.
Number one, I want everyone to like me. I want everyone to be comfortable. I want the camera. Like, I'm that guy. I like to learn everyone's name and all that sort of stuff.
Okay,
I want to be the guy
good.
that's... It is good.
But it takes a certain amount of energy
does.
and mental... You're using some of your mental fuel.
That's right.
And you have to dedicate that to your character.
Well,
and I think that's what you're sort of saying.
It is. I was edited out of the movie Her. Weird flex. But watching Joaquin Phoenix, so one of our greats.
Right.
On set, he was not antisocial, but he wasn't going around schmoozing.
Nope.
I'm like the mayor of the set. I really I want to have a bit. Ideally, if I'm doing a TV show, I want to have a bit with everybody. Like by the end of it, our rap gift is our bit. We had a great bit. And
that's
that
that comedian coming up that I just described.
Well, it's an insecurity as well. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. But it is coming out of a need of wanting to be well thought of and stuff. So it's not entirely pure. I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay, yeah.
But that was like, I'll give you an example. I was in a movie called Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah.
And in that movie, I was not acting. I was me. I was Pete. I was pretending I was an uncle and I had a bunch of kids. But I was just trying to have bits with the kids. I was trying to have bits with the director, with the camera guys, with the writers, with the other actors, and that's what I did. And I was able to do my job because it's not that hard to be me.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing this movie, and I'm trying to be this guy. I'm trying to be an actor in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing this like different wardrobe. I had like a puka shell necklace, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I was born in '79, but here I am. It's like 1974, and I'm there.
Yeah.
And Anna is a real actor. You know, she's really doing it.
Isn't it amazing when you're with really...
It's awesome.
Awesome actors. You go into another zone. It's sorry to interrupt, but it's
you're
like
not
playing with Wayne Gretzky.
It is.
Whenever I've acted with incredible actors, everything just disappears.
Yes.
It goes to black, the crew disappears, and you get in this zone with great actors.
Completely agree. And I'm always worried about sounding like a Hollywood phony. I've just always been very taken with Anna. I think she's incredible.
Yeah.
And there was like a small piece of my consciousness that was like, there she is. That went away. Take two. But take one, I'm watching her act.
Yeah.
And you have like the best seat in the house. I felt the same way about Judy Greer with the Christmas movie I just did. And watching her, I was like, oh, she is like really feeling what her character feels.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not pretending it. She's like in it. She's not reminding herself, I'm sad. She's like vanished into this person. And that's what Anna was doing as well.
I love that.
So it came, so be the most well-liked mayor of the set. Number 2 is be the funniest. Number 3 was kind of like consider the character and all that sort of stuff.
So it was lower on the list.
It was lower on the list.
Yeah.
It was number 3.
Yeah.
But now, and the reason for that was because most roles that I did, including my TV show Crashing, I didn't need to do a lot of like unpacking. I know this guy.
It's
I don't have to
you.
wonder about him.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I kind of got the bug. What a privilege to learn more about acting while you're acting.
While you're doing it.
Like most people go to Juilliard and learn this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like a schmuck on one hand, but also on the other hand, just incredibly grateful that like as I'm doing it, it's revealing itself.
The layers are unfolding.
Like what it is. And then I kind of got the drama bug. I was like,
I can see it. I can see it. That's why I emailed you, because I can see. When I say nuanced, you and I've known you for a long time and I've seen all your stuff, but you added such great layers to this character,
thanks,
because at the beginning it called for you to be loving and trusting and sort of this likable guy.
Yeah.
And then as you went through it and we saw that you were getting rejected, you became this avoidant guy. You even, like you said in the bar, you added a little bit of creepiness, which was tough to do because you were still trying to be her friend. You were trying to score, and you slowly revealed yourself to be a guy that was just like all the other sort of predators. Yeah. That you weren't a serial killer, but you were almost just as guilty by association because you just wanted to get to her.
Obviously, I'm not a serial killer, but the parallels between me. So Danny, the guy who plays the killer in that movie, improvised a moment later in the film where he touches the hair on a woman that he's clearly going to kill. And that was not in the script, and Anna kept it in because like there was this like
correlation.
What we're saying is women suppressing their desire, their needs, and their safety to not injure fragile male egos. All of our egos are fragile. I'm just saying there's a specific kind of fragility that men have in terms of rejection that can be very frightening. And I think I'm saying that's what the movie is
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I can't speak to that. Although I will say it's much more frightening to me to disappoint my dad than it is my mom. Even though there's never been any like physical violence, there's just something about the way men pout and the way men will like almost like weird become like babies, and it's devastating. And you're like, whatever I need to do, make it go away. So that's the way I could kind of relate.
Yeah.
But like when women will put aside literally their safety to not damage a male ego. That helped me understand. I know people say patriarchy a lot, but that helped me understand the patriarchy. And that's what good art should be.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched that movie and I was like, oh, I think Anna is telling me something about the female experience that I didn't quite know. And what's dangerous is I thought I did know.
Oh, interesting.
And then I watched that movie. And even though it's graphic, it's something that I would want my daughter to watch. So I was really, when she's age appropriate, but I was like, oh, this is important. Women need to learn, as she does on the dating game and also with the killer, to stand up for themselves even when it's uncomfortable. Yeah. And we all need to learn to do that, but particularly women.
Well, buddy,
I think that's what the movie's saying.
Yeah, but
I don't want to speak for women.
No, but you, I can't tell you how much all that stuff you described, how you said you sort of found new layers of acting. I could see it.
Oh,
and
that's really
that's
sweet.
why I
Well,
emailed you, because
You're-
it really impacted me. I was like, wow, Pete really nailed this.
Oh, that's really
because
nice.
it was very subtle. It wasn't an easy. And then on top of it, like I said, you're fighting the instinct to not ham it up, but just sort of be funny, or even in a serious role to do a little. And you're
reminding me.
You kept it. It was amazing.
I really, really appreciate this.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know I was hoping for something like this, but it's really kind of you. But
you're very welcome.
So after the takes, so we're in the bar.
Yeah.
I also had a cold, so I remember feeling kind of like repressed. Like I was just like a little, like not my usual 10 out of 10, like energy-wise.
Yeah, that could have helped even.
It might have helped, yeah. It might have very well helped. And then I get off set, and I'm feeling vulnerable. We just did this scene, let's say 5 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, where I'm being a skis and being rejected. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and you do it again. And Anna is really convincing. Again, I'm not just buttering her bread. She looks like I've upset her.
Yeah, she did
You know
great.
what I mean?
She did great.
So over and over, and by the way, every actor, I'm so sorry. I sound like a real idiot. They're like, yeah, that's acting. But I'm a sensitive guy, and I even want my scene partner in the scene to smile and be like, it's okay, I like you. Like, so I had to get over that.
Yeah.
So they call cut, we're done, or maybe they're moving the cameras or something. And I'm talking, and I noticed that I'm going around kind of checking in with the cast, with the crew.
Yeah.
Like making sure Danny, the guy who plays the killer, who knows how that dude felt? Because he is straight up strangling women. Yeah. And it's brutal. Yeah. That man gets my full respect because I just had to have an awkward date. And I'm walking around and I'm kind of like, I'm usually like, the needy part of me wants people to be like, that was so funny when you improvise that line. What a great choice. Yeah. Now I'm like, how do you even get complimented on this? Yeah. And I think it was maybe a wardrobe person, maybe a makeup person was like, she said something like, that was great. And I was like, oh yeah. And she's like, it reminded me of every bad date I've ever been on. And I was again kind of like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm like, that's good.
It's a deep compliment. Yeah, because you sold it.
You did it.
Yeah.
We sold it. But I'm 45 years old and I've been in a dozen things and I'm just now understanding like what I saw Joaquin Phoenix doing on her. Yeah. He's just trying to be the guy. And the compliment, it's a delayed gratification thing. Comedians are used to getting the laughs. I want video. I want to ruin the take. You know what I mean? I want my scene partner to laugh.
You want the cameraman shaking.
That's it.
On the tripod. Yeah.
And I just want to go home. It's like I just want to eat cake. Yeah. Like I just want immediate gratification. Yeah. And what I'm realizing, what dramatic actors are doing, like Danny as the killer, and Joaquin in her, they're delaying their gratification. They go to the premiere, and everyone goes, "How the fuck did you do that? You were like a different person." This is what they'd say to these guys. Yeah. And that's their laugh. So they tell a joke or they do a performance, and like 6 months later, they get their award, the accolade. And I'm learning now, that's very interesting to me.
You know, my take when I'm on set and I feel like I've hit a home run, or I've done a take really well, or I'm with another actor who's maybe, you know, a lot more seasoned than me. My mindset is just like, when they yell cut, it's just like, it's just like what? No one says anything.
That's what you want. That's the standing ovation.
It just feels like, to me, it's like, we're all in the zone.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a wisp of smoke. You ever see like when a jet fighter lands and that wisp of smoke trails away? It's almost just like, we did it.
Yeah.
It's all okay. The
Don't
director's
even talk
not
about
asked.
it.
Yeah, that to me, it's almost like a ghost. And then you, like you say, one of the most exciting things about movies is going to the premiere, and then you see it, and you see everyone else kick ass. You hope that you're up there with them, and then when you are, you know it. You know when you've got there, and it's like so fun.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had so many thoughts about this.
That's great.
Is that at the premiere?
Yeah.
I'm only going to say this one. This is the last time I'm going to say it, because I'm just so worried about sounding like a Hollywood film.
You're not. You're entitled. You did some great work, and you're entitled to talk about it.
But I'm about to talk about how great the movie is as a whole. And when you're in the movie, I think people think like you're in the marketing. You know, if I didn't like the movie, I could say it wasn't for me. Like, I'm safe to say that. When I watched everyone in that movie, there's like 7 people in the movie.
Yeah.
And everyone's killing it.
Yeah.
When your scene comes up, you're like, God damn it, please don't let this be the one part of the movie where for some reason, I know it wasn't, but like comedian Pete Holmes is just for some reason in the movie. You know what I mean?
It was actually the opposite. It stood out.
Oh, good.
And that's why, you know, I did that with Bill Burr about 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I was watching Mandalorian. And I had no idea he was in it. And all of a sudden he popped up. And he had like 2 episodes.
There I am.
Yeah.
I gotta shoot a guy with a lightsaber.
He was out in space. He was
out in
shooting
space.
people.
There's a Death Star. You know it's fucked up when the name is a Death Star. That's what you're doing. They're up there. You're gonna shoot a laser at Tatooine. Is that what you're gonna do? Get the fuck out of here.
You see Bill Burr kicking the shit out of an Ewok. You gotta love it.
I'll drop kick an Ewok. I don't give a shit.
I'll kick him right in the ovarian cancer.
I know you're not.
Too far.
I know what you were doing.
I went over Ewok Mountain and I'm not able to get back.
You're not even supposed to say Ewok anymore. It's supposed to be Little Bear. Fuck that.
What about just ovarian cancer?
Ovarian cancer. Get a standing ovarian for that one. He wouldn't do a pun. He wouldn't do a pun.
But anyways, I had the same experience. Like, he really surprised me.
Yeah.
Because he had a very nuanced performance.
That's
and
how
I'm
I felt
wow.
about Billy Boy in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he did it there too.
When he showed up in Breaking Bad, I was like, for our people, not for stand-ups, not for Bill. Now we all know Bill's a great actor, but that was one of his early things.
It was one of the first thing I saw him in, and he didn't have as much screen time there, but in Mandalorian, he just nailed it. I'm proud whenever I see my kind of cohorts kick ass in acting, and they've been doing it for a while, but when you see them sort of plateau to a new level, I love it.
That's really nice. I really appreciate
it's beautiful.
That. Thinking of Bill Burr on a green screen being like, George Lucas, none of this shit's real. I'm over here. I'm looking for Jabba. He's CGI. Jesus Christ. You telling me I don't get a real blaster? What you love is that?
Just complaining about everything.
Yeah. Boba Fett, which is it? It's Boba, Bill.
Speaking of serial killers now, do they get way too much exposure in this country, on this planet? Yeah, like what's the deal? Like, I feel like serial killers get more specials and movies and TV series than actors that dedicate their life to Juilliard.
Or people that get the Nobel Peace Prize. There's like no... Dude, I used to have a bit where I was like, if I'm leaving a comedy club... There's so many Netflix murder series. If I'm leaving a comedy club and someone kills me, as I'm bleeding out on the pavement, he leaves. As I'm bleeding out, I'm going to go, great. This is going to be an 8-part Netflix series. It's going to be The Comedian Who Killed, or The Killing Comedian, or whatever it is. Like, I really think as I'm dying, I might go, for fuck's sake. And I want to, like, I do not consent. Unless it's a lot of money for my wife. You can have it, sweetie. If you get a fat check for fucking Holmes, dead Holmes, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
but there
dead
is too.
Holmes.
We love it. We're still the same as the people that used to watch gladiators stabbing each other or getting Christians eaten by lions. Like we're the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, but then you kind of, it was almost like you paid for a sport, like a blood sport.
Yeah.
But now these guys are slinking in the shadows and doing horrific things to other human beings, and we put them on such a pedestal. It's just movies and TV series.
Well, you can't help it. It's like remember there's the expression that like boobs are the cheapest special effect. Have you heard that?
No.
Like the people that made slasher movies in the 80s, they were always like, you put boobs in it. This was the mentality.
Yeah.
Because it's like a special effect that's very...
Yeah, Halloween, there was a scene where the girl had the boobs.
Well, they were always...
Yeah.
Slumber Party Massacre is like a good example of like, well, people will watch it because it's kind of like softcore porn a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, the quickest way for me and you to get into that electric space of storytelling is for me to tell you that there's a killer in your neighborhood. Like it just is. It's the cheapest special effect. Even if you know it's not real. And I was like, it wouldn't work if I told you it wasn't real. But if I was like, Harland, there's a guy going house to house. And apparently he knocks. So if you, it's fucking fake.
That's pretty good.
And we're immediately kind of like, because it goes right into our survival instinct, and we're just like, am I going to die? You know, and we like that. It's tittillating. It's literally titillating.
Just for the record, this is Los Angeles, so there's actually 3 serial killers in my neighborhood.
Well, that's why they have to have different knocks.
Yeah.
This is Eddie.
Eddie's
kind of funny.
Yeah.
The one I just did, that's Malcolm.
Who's the third?
Patty. Slap Patty. So she's just...
Oh, she's the one with the nub?
Yeah, she's got the nub.
Oh, God.
She nubs you. She'll nub you.
If you
want to support this podcast,
please send
Patreon,
$700
cash
immediately
to
directly
Hardland
at venmo.org / farmersonly.com nub WW. I put the WWW on the end.
George W. Bush.
Oh, wow. Wow was another W. Late. That's 5. What?
Whoa.
Whoa. That's 3 new one. 5, 4.
What are the chances journalism would be who, what, where, when, why? And then how sneaks on there like the fucking latecomer. What's going on, guys? We're doing a thing, How?
Wow, what in the
It was
name
where, what, when, why. And
Willy
then
Wonka.
fucking How shows up, ruins everything.
It's always the Detroit Red Wings.
How?
Gordy.
How about wherefore?
Gordie Howe from the Detroit Red Wings. Famous hockey player.
I didn't get it.
I know.
I like that you got it. I would hope that you would get it. Where, when, why?
Gordie Howe.
Oh my God.
If you were, this is a hypothetical, or is it? Shrimp, family of shrimp. If Pete Holmes becomes, or maybe secretly already is, a serial killer.
Yeah.
What's the name? What's the methodology for
Well, there was a serial killer named Holmes.
Really?
Yeah. And this is fucked up, dude. He had a hotel.
So why was it Holmes? Shouldn't it have been hotel?
It's a Holmes away from Holmes.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Holmes.
And this is going to sound made up, but the hotel was like rigged. It was like a prank house, but the prank was you dead. It's fucked up.
The prank was your what?
Howard Holmes.
You're
or something
dead?
like. You're dead. Meaning, I'm making this up, but let's say there's a closet you open and you fall in, and now you're in a. Yep, that's the time for your Izzy.
Yeah, keep going.
Brought to you by Izzy. The drink's so good, you interrupt your guests.
Pete, don't let drinking interrupt your story.
You did it on mic.
I've always told you not to. I wasn't talking, though. So you wasted one, guy.
Facts.
Machine.
Tuna.
Salad sandwich?
Bagel.
On cream cheese? I do it in reverse.
You're like the lawyer for cream cheese. I am tired of people saying the cream cheese goes on the bagel. The bagel goes on the cream cheese. All the dairy farmers stand up. They're crying milk.
Oh, wow. God, calf milk. Whoa.
Why?
When? Willy Wonka.
Here comes Hal
Gordy.
from the Red Wings.
The Detroit Red Wings.
Always
They called him
Detroit.
elbows. He always elbowed everyone in the face.
Oh, wow.
He was like the Gretzky of the
elbows.
60s and 70s.
What a scoundrel.
He was like one of the top hockey players, but elbowed everyone. But Pete, I feel like you deflected a little bit.
I didn't deflect. I was just thinking about how
Well,
I
wait,
would do
I
it.
asked you what you would be as a serial killer.
Yeah.
And you instantly, suspiciously went into this other story about some guy in a hotel or a house or something.
Yeah.
Really kind of leading us away from what's going on inside your head, Pete Holmes.
I'm not just saying this. This jacket is the jacket of a serial killer. Because it's a very innocuous
Wait,
khaki
a
jacket.
serial killer? Again, referring to someone else.
Well, like a serial, meaning non-serial.
Whose jacket is it, Pete?
My first. I mean.
So what are you saying? Are you the jacket off serial
Are you
killer?
asking me, just to be super clear,
Yes.
if I were to murder a lot of people, how would I do it?
How would you do it, and what would your name be? What would you want to brand yourself
All right.
as a serial killer? And we all know you've thought about it. Let's not give the old
let's
looking
not.
to the ceiling
Well, I just want to
routine.
give a good. I would find my victims by finding people who are really inconsiderate. So if somebody's like, you know, what's a new phenomenon?
What?
People that watch like Insta.
What do you mean inconsiderate?
Oh my God! Then we cut to me. Then we cut to you, and you're dead. Then we cut to me, and I'm covered in your blood. That
Did you just outline one of your murders?
That's what's gonna happen.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So people that are in, look at the rage, dude. I was just a sip, guy. I don't want to die, bro, buddy. Help a friend out. Thank you. So okay.
So if you bump a phone call, if you drive through your neighborhood with your windows down with a phone call
Yeah.
on a loud volume, I follow you home,
Wow.
kill you with the phone.
Like, how do you stab them with it?
Oh, shove it down the mouth.
So
Then
you-
I call them and I go, you're going to want to get that. As it's vibrating and they're like, I'm like, should I leave a voicemail?
because I'm in your throat, I might as well.
And then I do, and that's the clue. That's my Zodiac letter. I leave a voicemail.
And what's the name of your serial killer character? Serial killer. Oh,
My
are genius.
Serial
Killer.
killer.
Pete Holmes.
Serial
Killer. You shove the phone down their throat, call them. The vibration causes their
Yeah, it
pharynx
goes in
to
here and I go,
close.
yeah.
It's kind of like the vibration causes it to wedge deeper.
There's a scene where a scientist goes like, the brilliance is that the vibration actually is what causes the asphyxiation. Wow. And they'll be like, this guy has a knowledge of the human anatomy.
Imagine the last thing they said is, Siri, am I going to die? And Siri goes, you're dead, motherfucker.
Yeah. As it's going down, you go, hey, Siri, what happens when you die? And then you go, never mind. You're about to find out.
What if it goes, hey, Siri, what happens when I die? And it just goes, Pete Holmes. What?
Serial killer.
You
And
know-
if you have an Android, I just leave you be because
Yeah.
you're suffering enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call.
Right?
Good phone call. Whoa. Can I tell you mine?
Oh, you have one?
Oh, yeah, I thought this out. I'm not going to just throw you out under the bus and let you be like, everyone's like, Pete Holmes thinks he's a serial killer. Hey, excuse me. Excuse you. Well,
A drink and Izzy, but you didn't offer me one.
they're right there, my guy. Grab one.
Here my go. Is it here my go again on my own?
Here I go
Here?
again. Here I go.
Here?
No, here.
Here my go again on my own?
Here I go again on my own.
'Cause that sounds right.
No, it's release Mary Dot again on my own. I think that's it.
Jong, gong, gong.
Jong. Grab an Izzy, my guy. Do you want one?
What's in it?
It's like a blackberry, like sparkling water. Oh, it's not your thing. Oh,
No.
Excuse me, serial killer.
All right, what's yours? The LaCroix killer?
Nope.
You
Ready?
just killed him with a hint of a knife.
Whoa, that's a nice one.
Knife one.
Yeah, wife one.
And you're
wife
French
two,
Canadian, so you know
wife
what.
3, wife 4, wife 5.
Oh,
What?
wow. And you're jerking off. Looking
No,
for a
no.
clean place to jizz?
No, I'm churning
Don't
butter.
go in that bathroom.
I'm
There's
churning
a-
butter.
Feeding
Yeah.
the chickens is one of the funnier ones. You know feeding the chickens?
No,
It's like you got the feed.
the chickens.
Because I have chickens now, and I masturbate in front of them all the time.
Really? From one pecker to another. Father?
All right, I'm going to get an Izzy so I
Get
can
an
drink.
Izzy so you can get settled in.
Well, so I can interrupt you.
There's a little, I'll get my sip in.
Here I go again on my...
There's water too if you don't want an Izzy, my guy. Oh, those are good.
These have adaptogens.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I like to be nice and calm when I'm doing podcasts for mass consumption. All right, what's yours?
So my serial killer is, do you remember, what was his name? Buffalo Bill in
course.
Silence of the Lambs?
Wait, is she a great big fat person?
Oh, wait.
Wait.
She a great big fat person.
Wait. Is she a great big fat person?
Wait.
That
She
guy,
great big
somebody,
fat
my
person.
wife just told me about when he auditioned.
What?
He creeped everyone out so bad, he knew he got the part.
Oh, see, that's what we were talking
That is
about.
what we were talking about.
Acting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just know.
That it's a very weird thing that, did you just barf a little
I
bit?
did a little burp.
Was it liquid?
No, it was just like an accent burp. Like, you ever see
A tilde? An
a thing?
enye?
Yeah, an enye on the top of like
Well, that's a tilde.
like let's, and then there's a little.
Oh, an apostrophe?
There was a little apostrophe.
Don't bring Spanish into it if we have it in English.
Release Mary Dot. Release Mary Dot. I want to wish you a Mary Dot. Hostage in the basement Christmas. Release Mary Dot. Not yet. I need her for another hour. Wait, what? That sounds like something a serial killer would
Oh. Hey, mariachi guitars. They're a little high.
say. They are? Oh, yeah.
Little high.
Yeah.
Little high.
Maybe they have polio.
You're in a dark way today.
That's what she said.
That didn't, there's no double
That
meaning
didn't
there.
work. No.
No, it did work.
I effed up.
No, it worked.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
Hey, friend. If you were calling me and you were trying to really, not a joke, really make it so I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
I'm going to close my eyes because it's the phone. Your life depends on it. If I say Harland,
Yeah.
you're dead. So you have to disguise your voice as best you can.
Okay.
Ring. Hello.
Hello? Who is this, please?
Very good.
Yeah? Would that trick you?
Yeah, very good.
What do I win?
Your life.
Oh, thank you, Siri. Little killer.
Siri.
Little killer.
Little killer.
All right, here's mine. So, Buffalo Bill.
What did you kill?
So, I want to be like Buffalo Bill, but because we get all these TV shows and movies and series, I want to be branded. So, I want to be Wild Buffalo Bill Wings, the serial killer. And then my murders are, I kind of Dahmer it up a bit, and I eat my victims, but
little
because I'm a Wild Buffalo Wings Bill,
Oh, with buffalo sauce.
teriyaki, I can
yeah,
honey
yeah.
garlic them, I can hot sauce them.
What if you didn't like the hot? He doesn't do the fire sauce. He can stomach murder,
Yeah,
but none of the spice.
yeah, like I need like the milder sauces. You like?
Is this a sponsor?
No.
Oh, never drink for free.
Really? Is he?
Izzy isn't paying you? Is he paying you?
Or isn't he?
Is he not paying you?
He's not.
That's not fair.
But you gotta have, humans are a lot of meat. So if you're gonna be a serial killer that eats them, you want to season them up.
Yeah, that's fair.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm already a brand name, so it's like I'm already got a branding worked in for my TV deal tonight. Brought to you by Wild Bill Buffalo Wings.
Wait, Harland Wild Billiams.
Yes.
Harland Buffalo Billiams.
Yes.
Harland Wild Wings Buffalo Billiams.
Call me what you want. I'm still gonna kill you.
That's good.
It's a good slogan.
Billions. It's me, Paul Giamatti.
Oh
wanted to do
wow!
it.
I didn't
That
know
wasn't good.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. We're not gonna drink any. It's Bill Burr.
Remember the scene where they're drinking the wine? They're doing the wine tasting, and the other guy's chewing gum.
Yeah.
And then your guy.
Are you chewing gum?
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Are you chewing gum?
It's just so incensed. He just guy pulls out a
My
rag.
favorite line. He goes, "We're drinking a Riesling with artichoke hearts, but she didn't care."
Yeah.
As if we know what that means.
You do great impressions for a serial killer.
Oh. Ooh.
You ever do an impression of someone living?
See you later, pups. Do a voice match of you.
Cute.
Of
cute.
you.
You just did me.
I'll do
Did
you.
you cut yourself?
No, I kept thinking I did.
Oh, God. We don't want open lacerations on the heart. Oh, I forgot to do that. I forgot to do the intro, guy.
1, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Holland Highway Podcast with my very special guest, actor, supreme actor, comedian, writer, producer, director. Pete Holmes is here, his second visit. And Pete, we sort of started the first 4 minutes. We dipped into some dark stuff.
Is this the intro?
Yeah.
Will this play before the episode?
No, this is it.
It'll be here.
This is here.
So they've already heard all that, like,
Yeah.
suicide.
Yeah, but they had it coming.
They knew what they were getting
They
into.
deserved it.
They know the brand.
When you get on the Harland Highway, you don't know where the speed bumps are.
And there's no speed limit.
If you get hit like a dirty possum crossing the road chasing a moth, you had it coming.
You had it coming. And what's the difference between that moth and a butterfly? Perception. I'm your host, Harlan Williams.
Go ahead. You're the host.
Oh, puppy dog pals. That's passive income for me. I barely approve the outlines. I went in and said, I have 2 dogs and they get in adventures while I'm at work. And they just gave me a briefcase of cash. All I do is sit around and look at the merch sales.
Correct. All right. I want to lighten the mood a little because
Okay.
we talked about some dark stuff.
DS.
We all have a happy place.
HP.
Where does excuse me where does Pete Holmes go? What is your happy place? If you're in a funk, if you're feeling down, or even if you wake up and you're feeling okay, what's Pete Holmes' kind of happy place? Do you have a routine? Do you have a ritual you perform? Is it what do you do
To get in the zone?
Yeah. Where's Pete Holmes' happy place?
Look, I don't want to be a fucking heel right now, but I do have an answer to your question.
You better.
The first answer, I would say I love getting in the ocean. If I'm having like a fucked up fuck, I'll get in the ocean.
Look behind you, guy. That's why you're doing so good on the Harland Highway today.
Oh, nice.
What is it about the ocean? Is it therapeutic? Is it the salt? Is it the critters? What is it? The tide?
uncertainty?
The energy?
Well, I'm a very big guy.
Yeah.
I weigh about like 235. 6'5" and a half.
Yeah.
So I get in that drink and I'm being held.
Yeah.
Like something's holding me for a fucking change.
Weightless. You're
So
back
I'm
in the
weightless.
womb. You're back in the womb.
So it feels like flying, and I love it. And
Nice.
the salt, it just feels like it's cleansing. And they say it's very grounding. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're connected to the earth and that. So, but I love your question, and I'm going to try not to overindulge in my answer.
It's okay.
But I'm a highly sensitive person, meaning like in every way. Like I like things like this. I understand this.
Yeah.
It might seem like I'm not based on this.
No, we're locked in.
We're locked in,
Yeah.
and I like it. But it's
Me
kind of
too.
like the way that Times Square can calm someone down who has ADD.
Yeah.
You know, it's like peace through stimulation.
Yeah.
So I feel great right now. But a lot of
Good.
times in my life, like I know people say this, I don't quite know what to do. And sometimes I'll give you an example from today.
Yeah.
We were getting coffee, my wife and I, and the woman behind the counter was like, "Oh, I was just thinking about you guys, and I hadn't seen you in a little while."
Yeah.
And I was at the time I was throwing away a piece of it was a wristband that I got at a carnival. So it was this orange wristband, and I had been rolling it up. And she goes, "I was thinking about you guys, hadn't seen you in a while." And I went and I picked up the tip cup and I went, "Well, you just earned yourself a tip." And I put the wristband in the tip cup.
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows I'm joking.
Yeah.
But in that moment,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's not a joke. You're like a weird dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's like you're most comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
I'm most comfortable with my wife and my daughter. These are comfortable places.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm doing bits that are like, who is this for? What do I think
Yeah.
she's going to do? And I'm
Yeah.
like, you earned yourself a tip. And you just got to let it go because she knows us. But anyway, the answer to your question, which I love. Now, I'm 45 years old. I think that has something to do with it. I'm a father, and I get up at like 5 a.m.
Whoa.
I fucking love it.
You do.
I was up at 5 this morning. I fucking love it.
What time do you go to bed, though?
I went to bed at 10.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. If I have shows, I don't get up at 5 in
Okay.
the morning. If I'm going to bed at 12, I'm going to get up at 7.
Why do you like 5 a.m.? I'm guessing the serenity, the calm. Is it?
Yeah,
what is it?
You're cooking.
Is that what- was I to hit it?
You're cooking on my burner. Let me
Wow.
tell you something. If you check your email at 5 a.m., you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you check there's nothing happening.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
send a text at 5 a.m., you're a fucking psycho. You're the serial killer. Like, you're nuts.
Unless you have asshole friends on the East Coast who
maybe.
don't get it.
I suppose. But I don't really. So anyway,
Yeah.
it takes all of that. It's like the world hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
The sun isn't up. It's dark. So I call it second night.
Nice.
You get up, the stars are out. I live
Yeah.
outside of the city. So I see the stars, it's dead quiet. The birds are still asleep.
Yeah.
My dog is like half awake. He wakes up and I'm like,
So you have the world to yourself.
you have everything. And every minute you spend by yourself, and I just happen to be a morning person, so this works for me.
Yeah.
It feels like you're robbing a bank because you're stealing it. You're stealing these moments. And then what I do, it's 5 a.m. I have a cold plunge. We're almost done. I know. Everyone's rolling their eyes. It's another podcast where we're talking about fucking cold exposure.
I'm not even rolling my eyes. I
Okay.
feel physically sick inside.
Yeah, you hate it.
No, but keep going.
Something about being a highly sensitive person, I swear.
Yeah.
I like the overstimulation of being in very, very cold water. So it's 39 degrees.
Interesting.
And there's something I get in it. And here's what I like. I'll be real quick because, again, there is just too much podcasting about cold exposure. But what I like about it, I haven't heard people talk about
Yeah.
it, is that it's a forced meditation. You literally can't get in cold water and stay in cold water unless you control your breath. So you can sit on a cushion and try and do some breath work. That takes some discipline. If you get in cold water, the only discipline is getting in it.
Yeah.
And once you're in it, your literal, it's not your survival, but it feels like it,
Yeah.
is married to your ability. I do box breathing. So it's 4 long seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 long seconds out, hold for 4 seconds. Okay?
Wow, you should work for FedEx or something.
You're so fun. Thanks for keeping this light. So I do that. Here's the reason why that's an answer. If I'm having a day, if I were working for the company, and I'm not.
Yeah.
They're not a sponsor. I don't even know. It's called The Plunge. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. But anyway, if I'm having a fucked day,
Yeah.
and that happens pretty often, like you just get the wrong amount of sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in the wrong mood. You ate
Yeah.
the wrong thing.
Can
for
happen
breakfast.
easily.
Happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you just can't find it.
Yeah.
You're looking for it. Mm-hmm. I think a cold plunge is like 9 hours of sleep in 3 minutes. It's incredible.
That's
and
amazing.
Then after I get out,
Yeah.
so I'll do probably 4 minutes as an average. That would
That's
the
okay.
plunge. My record is 8. I set it yesterday.
And this is with ice. There's ice in the water, or is it just cold water?
It's 39-degree water, so
okay.
it's
You don't need the ice.
4 degrees off of being ice.
Yeah.
I think I got that right. There was an extreme time where I would put ice in it as well, but it's cold enough.
Yeah.
So I'm in it, get out. The reason you do it long is because then I get out, I do something called, it doesn't matter. I do kind of almost like a movement because it feels really good to move.
So you shit?
I shit, a bowel movement.
Oh my God.
I can't help it. It actually comes out frozen.
It's got to be hard to when your
No, it's
asshole's
clean.
frozen.
No,
Is
it's
it hard to
clean.
get
It's
it?
clean?
Okay.
It's clean. I don't shit unless I'm frozen.
Okay.
That's me.
Wow.
That's me.
You can
Then-
use it for a hockey puck too.
Hey everybody, check out my merchandise at harbling.com. Yeah, most people just slap some letters or images on a t-shirt or a hoodie, but not me. Yours truly. Guess what? I draw my own designs. At harbling.com you can see tons of my hand-drawn t-shirts. You can either buy the original or you can buy a print. And man, oh man, wear them loud and proud. I love making these designs for you guys and keeping it personal. So check out the whole catalog. We got hoodies, we got coffee mugs, we got t-shirts, you name it, it's there at harbling.com. Get your Harland original design, wearable art at harbling.com today. And thank you for your support. And I'll just keep the groovy images coming.
I feel like I'm about to maybe not sell you on this, but at least make you understand.
What, the cold plunge?
What this next part though.
Okay.
Wait for this.
Okay.
So you get out.
Yeah.
It's dark. My dog's still asleep.
Yeah.
And you get out and you're not even cold anymore. You've transcended cold or
Yeah.
you're numb really, but I have a hot tub. It's 107 degrees. That's fucking hot.
You go one to the other?
I get in it. Harland, we call it the FBJ. It's the full body jizz. I would put, the longer you do in the tub, the reason you try to push to 8 minutes is because the longer you're in the cold, and I don't recommend this for beginners, I'm not a medical professional, so don't take your advice from me.
Okay.
But if you get in for 8 minutes and then get in the hot water, but even if you do 3 minutes and then get in the hot water, the reason I call it a full body jizz, I swear to God, I swear, I would put that feeling next to an orgasm, and it's almost indiscernible. When you're in cold water,
Yeah.
all your blood vessels contract.
Yeah.
So it gets real thin. When you get in hot water, they expand. So what's happening is a full body orgasm. And it's not literally an orgasm, but like the
Yeah.
weirdest part is an orgasm lasts a couple seconds. There's like a
Not mine.
I know you're
I'm
a
up
big
25 minutes.
ropey
At least.
fire hose ding dong.
25 minutes at least.
People leave,
Dude.
get a sandwich, come back. Did you
I
go to
leave and
Fat
get a
Sales?
sandwich. I got to wear an adult diaper. They last
This
so long.
guy's at Fat Sales jizzing his jeans. So
By the way, that's one of the names of their sandwiches too. The Jizzy Jeans
Jizzy
pastrami.
Jean. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Oh,
with the thin slice.
And the mayonnaise.
Fantastic. For most human people,
Yeah.
an orgasm is only a couple seconds. When you get in hot water after being in cold water and you have that full body contraction, I'm going to say it lasts at least 10 seconds. And that's, for me, 5 times longer than an orgasm. So you're in it, and then it's 5:12 a.m.
Yeah.
And I've already had the best feeling a human being
That's
can
pretty
have.
good. Can I
So
throw a
that's my
little
routine.
caution because I'm obviously care for you?
My heart?
Have you done any research, the extreme cold to the extreme hot? Is there any history of people suffering cardiac arrest
Like exploding?
due to the extreme instant changes in body temperature? Because sometimes when the heart takes shocks like that, it doesn't always end well. I'm not a doctor either, but
Yeah.
I suggest you maybe
Give it a
research
Google.
it. Give it a Google.
I'm
Google
basing
it
a
up.
lot of
Google for
this-
life.
Yeah. No, honestly, dude, it's obviously crossed my mind as we're talking about my life and death. Well, that's why I said I'm not advising this to anybody, because
Right.
obviously you need to. The first time I did it, we're looking at like a 60-degree water for the
Wow.
cold. That's not that cold.
Yeah.
And I was doing it for a minute, and then I was getting in probably 103-degree hot
Just do a
water.
little research for me as your friend.
I will.
I want this serial killer to live, folks.
I will.
I want him to live so that others can die
Like
because I care.
so many, I'm basing it on what Wim Hof does. You know Wim Hof.
I love women.
What?
What did you say?
Wim Hof?
No, thanks. I'm straight. Oh, man.
You're fun.
Dude.
Do you know who Wim Hof is?
No.
Okay.
Who is it?
Wim Hof, it doesn't matter. He's called the Iceman. He does stuff.
Just tell me on a whim. What is he? Who is he?
All right, Hoff and stuff.
Whoa.
I'm trying.
Can I tell you what I do? I do the plunge.
Is this a bit?
No, this is for real. Because I do the cold plunge.
You do?
I do, but I do it with ice. And I'll sit in it. My record is 12 minutes. And what I do,
Excuse me?
I love pastries. So I sit in this damn stuff till my nipples get as hard as diamond cutters. And I'll go down to a pastry window at 6 in the morning. And I just do this rotating thing where my cheeks, they cut holes in the bakery window. And I can reach through and get the freshly baked dough.
Yeah.
What? Why? When is it my turn to shine?
Yeah.
When does Daddy get to party?
I love it.
When does Daddy get to rock and roll on Party Street, guy? When is it my turn to be a Dairy Queen Blizzard?
That's your merch. When does Daddy get to, what was it? Throw down on Party Street? But I'd wear a T-shirt that says, when does Daddy get to blah, blah, blah on Party Street?
Can I tell you about my happy place?
I feel if you don't do a real one,
I'm doing a
then
real
I'm
one.
a heel.
And to prove it, I'm gonna help you demonstrate. Have you help me demonstrate how I get there?
Diamond cutter nips?
Nope.
Joe Rogue nips?
When Daddy's feeling down, when Daddy's
I missed, Harland. I missed.
Oh, where did it go? Oh, in your cleavage.
Yeah,
You have wonderful cleavage, by the way.
I've always known that.
Do you have a training bra on right now, or is that natural?
No, the Wonder Bra was actually sculpted after me.
Are you serious?
So they said, Peaches, take your shirt off. And then they were like, we can do that with women. Dude. And I said, not without paying the piper. And then they didn't.
No, they're putting a little lettuce into the cleavage.
Put a little lettuce down there, George.
Yeah. George.
Hey, George. Spare me the ranch. You just put the lettuce straight between my high ones.
Whoa. Sarah Silverman.
That's my Paul Rudd impression. Paul Rudd.
You're good at impressions.
No, this one I'm proud of because it's not really a good impression, but it's what he does.
Okay.
You'll know he does a riff,
Yeah.
and then he does another riff where it's like he's doesn't know what he's thinking.
Okay.
Like, he'll be like, "What are you drinking an Izzy? Drinking a sparkling pomegranate Izzy?" That's what he does. I swear to God.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
But now that I pointed it out, Paul Rudd will do two, and the second one he'll stammer while he looks for it. He's like, "What do you got? A little truck on here? You got a little? Is that a farmer wagon? Watch."
Yeah, you're
I'm not saying it's not good.
It's
I like you,
great.
Paul. I'm just saying that's the code.
You figured out his pattern.
Just saw that. Just musician to musician.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing.
You've decoded Rudd, which is the name of your new book, by the way.
It's actually a Netflix series, and it's only half an episode because it's just me explaining.
So 15 minutes.
What is this? You got like a windscreen on here in case there's some gusts of wind in here. Paul Rudd.
Great Rudd.
Gray Rudd.
Oh, dude.
Red Rudd.
What's on the bottom of your boat? A rudder or a Rudd?
What's in your wallet?
Rita Rudner? Awkward silence.
Everyone listening was just like, is it over?
That'd be a great one. The awkward silent serial killer.
And you're almost grateful that he's killing you because
Yeah.
at least something's happening.
Makes you uncomfortable for like 45, 50 seconds and then puts you out of your misery.
And you go, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then your dad comes in looking for a clean place to jizz.
Or is
Izzy.
Jizzy?
Ooh, a jizzy.
All right, you're going to help me get to my happy place. We're going to close out this segment.
Okay.
Whenever I get down, I'm a blueberry nut. I love
Oh,
blueberries.
you like blueberries?
I love blueberries. And
You're a
what I
blueberry
do,
nut?
if I have a real friend, what I ask them to do, I love the feel of them pelting on my face like angel fruit drops. Like just little
AFDs?
they're like little elf fruit pebbles on my face. And whenever I'm feeling down, a lot of times I'll throw them in my own face, but if I have
It's
a
not the
really
same.
good friend, if you wouldn't mind
It's
just
not the same doing it in
throwing
your
it,
own
like
face.
cheering me up and throwing a few just one at a time. And
One at a time?
yeah, just like,
You're gonna micromanage this?
well, it's my happy place.
Yeah, I
If
understand.
you don't mind. Right in the face. If you could hit my face once even. Jeez.
I didn't know I wanted this.
Wait, let me put my glasses on. Then
Yeah,
you can even
that's
throw them
even
a little
better.
harder. There we go. Yeah. I feel good.
Surprisingly hard.
Isn't it nice? Oh.
I really want to get one behind the glasses.
Oh, God. If you want to do a handful, too. Oh, blueberries, blueberries on my face. Raining fruit all over the place. Blueberries,
wait.
blueberries in my face.
Watch this.
I like the blueberries all over the place.
Here's a slow-mo.
I'm so happy, blueberry face.
Here's you watching the slow-mo on the podcast.
I gotta put that up.
Of course.
You gotta send that to.
No, I just deleted it.
Do you want to feel it? See how it feels?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Dude, it's just so soothing. Ready?
You were good at not flinching. I feel like I'm very flinchy. Yeah.
Isn't that nice? It's like little raspberry, blueberry drops on your. Here, I'll do a handful.
Well, if you reuse them, I'll get whatever it is that's been making you not look so well.
Here it is. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Now this one's in the mix.
Oh, God. Now I'm not so happy. I don't want to snot berry.
Wait. It's been quarantined.
Pete.
Holmes.net. No com get org.
W.
Org? O-R-G.
Under a bridge.
Org is the most serious website suffix.
It is?
Yeah, org?
What if you live in Oregon?
Maybe gov.
What if you live in Oregon? Do you have to do .oregon.org and then they just think you already said Oregon.
What about when you're like in Europe and it's like www. Like the Queen's Knees .co.eur/UK.
Almost lost the war .w.
Yeah.
America saved you .w. Winston Churchill.
And it redirects to you'rewelcome.com. And we'll take the Beatles and never talk about it again.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beatles.
Is this another impression?
Yeah.
Who is this? Ringo?
Ringo Starr. We had this sketch.
It sounded a bit like Barry Gibb.
Wasn't good.
It was like you looked like Barry. You were doing Ringo, but you looked like Barry Gibb.
Well,
the youngest Bee Gee brother that died early.
And then his dad.
And dated Victoria. What's her name?
It's a secret.
Victoria's Secret. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Buddy.
I know what you're doing.
You ready for our final segment, Pete Holmes? Words from a wooden shoe.
Words from
You reach in, Pete.
wooden
You
shoe.
remember. Pull out a word. See if
This is a force.
Yeah.
You want me to take that one?
No. Here, I'll shake it up.
It looked like a force.
And then you see if there's a story from somewhere in your journey in life you can share with my 15 or 16 viewers. Pete Holmes, everyone.
Dad memory.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, Pete. There's got to be so many.
Yeah, a lot of dad memory.
Is there one that's worthy of the Harland Highway podcast that keeps our viewers locked in, gripping the edge of their seats?
Something that makes them hit subscribe.
Yeah.
Could you hit subscribe?
Yeah. Will you stick around and subscribe if this story
Yeah.
is worthy? Dad memory, Pete.
Well, my dad,
yeah.
I love my dad very much. And
So do I.
Well, you and he were,
Had eye infections
in the 90s
together. Go ahead.
My dad, like me, hates merging with a group. He doesn't like being in a group. He wants to stand out.
Okay.
And I really like that about him.
Where does that come from?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we feel the same. We don't feel safe if we start dissolving into like a group identity.
Okay.
So he'll like rebel against it. That's very similar to me being like, here's your tip. Like
Yeah.
that's me being like, I'm not some customer. I'm
Yeah.
a weirdo.
You're,
you know?
Yeah, you want people to remember you.
Before just some guy.
Yeah.
In fact, my wife would tell you, she would laugh. She would go, the worst thing you can be to me or my father is a dud. Like that's like the worst sin. Is if you're
That's how a British person pronounces dad, right?
my dad.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't like duds.
Yeah.
He doesn't like duds.
Who likes the dad?
My
He's a dad.
My father.
Who's my dad?
My father doesn't like it when you're a dud.
He's a dad to me.
Milk duds are milk dads. And if it's a milk dad, that's your mum. Because if it's lactating, that's a lady. Why am I scared?
I don't know.
I'm gonna GGB. I'm gonna GGB. Here comes the Twizzler.
I think I just got a bunch of subscribers. Thank you.
did.
Thank you. Okay,
Wait, I'm gonna
keep
tell
going.
you the
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, go.
Don't give me blue bows.
Sorry.
So, my mom was was more religious than she is now, and she used to be heavily involved in the church. And one night, she had the pastor over to her house, our house, for dinner, and all these church people were there. So it was the pastor and the pastor's wife and all these church people.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, being like, this is kind of weird, like watching my dad kind of in a sweater merging with a church group, you know?
Okay.
Like kind of dissolving.
Can I just add real quickly? This reminds me of the scene in The Exorcist when they had the little party and the priest was at the piano and Raven came down the stairs and peed on the carpet. But that's just me.
I think
Go
she
ahead.
pukes on the carpet.
She peed. She just stood there and urine started coming out of her from under her little nightie. And they all just stopped. The priest was at the piano. They're all just like,
You said the priest was at the piano so many times it made me think it was your Hulu password.
add an 888 on the end of it, and it is.
888. So my dad's version of peeing on the carpet,
Yeah.
because he did want to disrupt the party.
Okay.
Not quite that extreme. Is he said, for everyone to hear, he goes, Pastor, this is exactly what he sounds like. When you go to the bathroom, do you play with your do-to-do? And the pastor was like, what is this? Is this a real question? Like, is this like, are you looking for spiritual guidance?
Yeah.
And he goes, what? And my dad goes, it's when you take the empty toilet paper roll, put it to your mouth and go, do-do-do. And fewer laughs than my tip jar moment. Nobody laughed. But I was like, and when I was a kid, I was with my mom. I sided with my mom, like,
Yeah.
preposterous.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I'm like, yeah, he wasn't, it's like Bill Burr. I'm not playing by your rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my dumb joke.
Yeah.
You're in my house.
Yeah.
You hear my fucking dumb joke.
Yeah.
You deal with it.
I love it.
And I love it too. That's the way he is. My father once, the pastor at our church, different pastor, once told my father, I work alone at church because my dad kept talking.
Yeah.
He goes, I work alone, like Sinatra in a nightclub. I work alone because my dad wouldn't stop talking.
Wait, who said I work alone? The
pastor.
The pastor said it to
Because
your
my
dad?
the pastor would be like, and why did Jesus say we're like the sheep? And my dad would be like, because there's a group of them and, he's like a shepherd. And he'd be like, I work alone.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's my dad.
Wow. He's got an interesting voice.
Harland, Peter, what was it like doing the Harland Highway, Peter?
Is that... My dad asks questions he doesn't want you to answer.
Yeah.
You just go like, what did you think it was like?
He seemed a little weird. Is he a bit weird, Peter?
That's a good voice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pitching a cartoon about my family. Let's see if I get to do that.
You got to do that voice.
Professionally.
Yeah.
And then my mother is this, oh, Petey, sweetie, your father is an animal. He sounds like Stewie, basically.
Wow.
From Family Guy. Yeah, we'll see. Wow. My best impression is my brother. This is my brother. If he heard me on this podcast, my brother would call me and he'd go, Harland Highway, dude. That's exactly what he sounds like.
He sounds like Carlton the doorman from that sitcom in the 70s.
Carlton?
This is Carlton the doorman. Remember?
Yeah, kind of monotone.
What was that, this show?
Dumb and Dumber, dude.
Sybil?
You should have asked him about drinking the beer in Dumb and Dumber, dude. That was hilarious.
This is your brother asking me?
Harlan, what was actually in the beer bottle? That's what my brother would say.
And can I answer?
But he wouldn't ask a question, but you can.
Can you ask it again as your brother?
Harlan Williams, dude. Harlan, what was in the bottle of beer in that movie?
What was his name?
John.
John, I only respond to your father. Fuck off.
Harland, in that movie, Dum Dum, and you drink the beer, what was in that bottle? Was it really beer?
It was the girl from The Exorcist's urine.
Oh, my God.
I knew you were. He'd call you a fruit or something.
Yeah.
You're very weird.
Fruity. Well, I do like blueberries in the face, so I deserve it.
He's a little bit weird, isn't he?
My dad always says that conspiratorially.
He's a bit weird.
A little bit weird.
It's not quite right, but I mean, you're onto something. You're picking up on how your tongue has to be kind of.
I hang them all around it a little
It's
bit.
not that different from Jeff Bridges, man.
Yeah, not too bad.
Hey, man.
Peek in the room.
Great to be here on Harland Highway, man.
So, well, why don't you tell the folks give yourself a little endorsement. Tell them about your podcast and your upcoming projects, Pete.
Well, go see me on the road, PeteHolmes.com. I'm taping my special in Portland on December 20th. The first show sold out. I think the second show, there's still tickets. And the night before, on the 19th, I'll be in Seattle.
Portland.org?
Portland.
.org.
Nice. And then my podcast is called You Made It Weird. Harland did it. It was great.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It was so great you stole a clip of it.
I put the whole thing on my podcast, and I told you last time I thought you were mad
did.
at me
I
all
wasn't-
these years.
I wasn't mad.
But thank God you weren't, because
but-
look at all the fun we have.
I know we have tons of fun, and I love being here. And I'm trying to
Thank
think
you.
if there's anything else. I really just want to sell tickets on the road.
Yeah,
That's the
tell
most
them
fun.
again. What, your
Seattle, we got fucking Indianapolis, we got Arizona.
What's the website?
PeteHolmes.com.
And if you don't come, someone's going to visit your house and shove a cell phone down your throat. I'm not going to say who, but somebody.
You'll never catch me.
There's that calf noise, gang. That's
Have
it
you
for
ever
today.
wondered what Harland Williams is thinking?
Wow.
Have you ever wondered what he is drinking?
Is that Bruce Springsteen?
Oh, it's Easy Brand Sparkling Soda.
Wow.
He's a wise little guy. Call him Yoda.
Whoa.
Play this in black and white when I'm dead. Pete had a heart attack in his cold blood.
He did. I'll be there to save you, friend.
Thanks, man.
Friend. Until next time, everybody. Chicken chow mein. And we'll see you on the dark side of the moon, Pink Floyd.
It ended right when it ended. That was incredible.
Hey everybody, how would you like your very own personal video message from me, yours truly? It's your birthday, it's your anniversary, it's your graduation, or you just want me to make you laugh? You get to pick the topic you want me to discuss, give me some talking points, and off we go. You can get it for yourself or get it for a friend. It's super easy and fun. Just go to the Cameo app on your phone or to cameo.com. And I record a custom video made just for you or your loved one. Your very own personalized Harland.